Hi, my name is Kate Hanch. My pronouns are she and her, and I am blessed to serve as one of the associate pastors here at First St. Charles. Well, on Friday, January 15th, is Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. I'll be mentioning him in the sermon on Sunday. And if you recall, King was a civil rights leader in the 1950s and 60s. Each year, as a spiritual practice, I read some of his work on his birthday. When I've taught theology or world religions at undergrads like Lindenwood or at seminaries, I've used his work in my teaching. He combines scripture, reason, tradition, and experience, what is often known as the Wesleyan quadrilateral, in a way that's more clear than perhaps any 20th or 21st century theologian. Though, in his day, he wasn't very popular. In 1968, the year he died, 75% disapproved of him. Can you imagine that today? It makes me wonder what people are unpopular now that we will consider prophets in 50 years. Well, I'd like to read to you from one of his sermons called Unfulfilled Dreams, preached about a month before he was assassinated. He's preaching on 1 Kings 8. King Solomon has just finished building the temple and wants to dedicate it to God. Solomon says in 1 Kings 8:17, "My father David wanted to build his temple to honor the name of the Lord, the God of Israel. But the Lord told him, 'You wanted to build the temple to honor my name. Your intention is good, but you are not the one to do it. One of your own sons will build the temple to honor me.' And now the Lord has fulfilled the promise he made, for I, Solomon, have become king in my father's place. And now I sit on the throne of Israel, just as the Lord promised. I have built this temple to honor the name of the Lord, the God of Israel." So Martin Luther King, reflecting on this passage, preaches this: so many of us in life start out building temples, temples of character, temples of justice, temples of peace. And so often we don't finish them because life is like Schubert's unfinished symphony. At so many points we start, we try, we set out to build our various temples. And I guess one of the great agonies of life is that we are constantly trying to finish what is unfinishable. We are commanded to do that. And so we, like David, find ourselves in so many instances having to face that our dreams are not fulfilled. In the final analysis, God knows that his children are weak and they are frail. In the final analysis, what God requires is that your heart is right. Salvation isn't reaching the destination of absolute morality, but it's being in process on the right road. And so often as you set up to build the temple of peace, you are left lonesome. You are left discouraged. You are left bewildered. Well, that is the story of life. And the thing that makes me happy is that I can hear a voice crying through the vista of time saying, "It may not come today, or it may not come tomorrow, but it is well that it is within thy heart. It is well that you are trying. You may not see it. The dream may not be fulfilled, but it's just good that you have a desire to bring it into reality. It's well that it is within thine heart." Thank God this morning that we do have hearts to put something meaningful in. Life is a continued story of shattered dreams. Wow, wasn't that sermon from Martin Luther King valuable and touched your heart? Life is a continued story of shattered dreams. Do you think his dream has become fulfilled yet? Have you started something that you weren't able to finish? Maybe you retired. Maybe you moved. Maybe you graduated. Maybe a tragedy came along your way and things had to be scrapped. Your hopes weren't quite accomplished. You never got to see the end in sight. How has God worked through your intentions and dreams, even when they've been shattered? I challenge you to reflect on that this week. And if you feel so led, I encourage you to read some Martin Luther King Jr., give thanks for him, and reflect on how his words can continue to shape our world today. Grace and peace, friends.